Do I carry it?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
You don't strike me as the anxious type.
It's just a fad right now. That's what it is. That's why.
Oh, you better fucking believe it is. And where are you? You are, first of all, live on the Super Audio Network and at the show where guys get together to talk about guy things. Oh, but we are not talking amazing asses on arabesque and Asian actresses. Oh, no! We are talking all things awesome and amazing. I am Alex Martinelli here with engineer Dre Day All Day, George Antonio, JD Marcel, and occasional but very special guest host Trini Lomeli. What's going on, everybody?
Hello.
Hello.
Dude, you're like a fucking blue moon, man.
Am I?
Very rare and beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, I have to stay what is it? I have to stay inconsistent with my inconsistencies.
You gotta stay consistent.
Consistent with my inconsistencies.
That was something.
Consistencies.
That was something that George told Trini once that seemed to have really
It really
stuck with
stuck,
you.
yeah. I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
A lot of
Me
things
neither.
stick
You
with
were
me.
just bullshitting
Yeah.
around.
Well,
you're
yeah,
not
but
sticking
a
around.
lot of what comes from you guys. You know, if you don't realize, I kind of sticks to me.
Interesting.
You know.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Fucking George, I hate you.
Why does everyone hate George?
You know,
Nah, he's such a nice
everybody
guy.
needs a foundation. At least I represent one end of the spectrum.
That's right.
Happy-go-lucky
we
son.
are. I mean, didn't you once tell me that the purpose of Hitler's life, or Trump's life, or any sort of general hated public figure's life is to unite people?
Yeah.
We're all united against George.
Perfect. I hope you guys are really super happy because I'm really excited.
Awesome. Good times. We wanted George, fuck, George, fuck, George, fuck, George, fuck, George, fuck, George, fuck. Yeah! Oh, man. That's
Get
right.
that weak stuff out.
United in hate. Hell yeah.
United in hate.
Hey, listen, bro, hatred runs through my veins.
By the way, I just want to make the point that I'm doing the show very, very dry.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stretch
Oh,
Yeah. For anybody wondering, George and Trini have both
Pregnant.
seemed to have committed by each other. Have both seemed to have committed to staying sober for tonight's podcast.
Oh, this is delicious water, guys.
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
I
You know how
can't-
many Indians have to die for that water?
Yeah, look at it's apple water.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
like apple juice. So it causes cancer.
Ah, no, it causes awesomeness.
Awesome cancer.
That was good.
Causes cancer. That's the best kind of cancer. That would be a good slogan. It causes awesomeness.
Awesome anal cancer.
Is there any other kind?
Well, they call it colorectal. I went the dirty route. Man, thank you guys so much for joining us on the JAG Radio Show. We're glad you're here. We actually wanted to start the show in a bit of a different way this time. That is to say, we inverted the podcast, and we're starting off today with Classic JAG, J or Nay. That's right. J or Nay.
Yeah. So I have this video that I saw. I don't know if Dre, did you get a chance to? Okay, so this is you guys remember I think this is the Phoenix lights, right?
Oh yeah.
So
That's right.
recently there was a bunch of videos out actually of these orange balls out in the sky, and well, this video shows exactly they're moving
I
around.
feel like President Trump's balls would be orange.
They are.
They're probably
They'd have a comb
yeah,
over,
but
dude.
no, these are
There's 3 strands that wrap around the whole thing.
But seriously, like if President Trump had this many balls, like he's a fucking alien, dude. But
Wow.
it's
In
like
the sky.
8 balls in the sky at night. So
Bro, I have 9.
oh shit.
Oh.
You win, bro. You win.
Went up
So,
some shit.
if you guys want to check this out and let me know what you think, Jay or nay.
Here it comes. Here they are.
It's a little dark at first, but okay.
Oh,
You see that?
that's interesting. Right. I like how this guy's narrating.
And these are all lights that are moving independently.
And we should know this is not a carnival.
That's too high in the fucking sky for a carnival, god damn it. Yeah, and I mean the video work is kind of fucking choppy, but they clear up in a little bit.
Okay, so the beginning is a little grainy, but it'll get better.
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious.
The video goes white and stuff.
That'd be awesome.
They've readjusted formation, I think. It's all stretched out now.
Yeah, they're in the line, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's just like a ball of red.
Seems like they're pulsating, kind of, right?
Yeah, a little bit of little pulsation going on. See, that looks like fucking Orion's belt right there.
I want to see him move.
That's creepy. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, we see it, bro.
Like you want somebody to respond to it. Like, yeah, bro, I see it.
I see it, dude.
Do you see it or not?
Watch somebody be there.
I'm telling you, yes.
Watch somebody be there with them and be like, look, bro, do you want me to suck your dick? Do you want me to watch you suck
You took me back here for that. What the hell are you doing?
Oh no, don't tell about the kids.
Wow.
It looks like a astronomy. It looks like a boner. Astronomic boner.
There you go. Do you know where the video is taken at, dude?
Yeah, what
What?
is this?
Where was it taken at?
You know what? I'm not exactly sure where, but it is kind of fucking trippy, dude. I saw
Yeah, it's
the
pretty cool.
Did we get the gist of it, you think?
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you guys think?
Well,
What do you guys think of it?
it's not a, well, Jay or Nate, I think it's a, well, it's unidentified for sure.
Right.
It's not any flares or anything, right? Because the physics isn't applying.
Right, exactly. The balls of light would be falling down to the earth, yeah.
And it doesn't seem like they're dimming at all, so they're not burning away, right? So it's something that a helicopter, well, generally any type of aircraft has sequencing lights, right? Like red,
Right. And look,
red,
look,
blue,
I
red,
think
blue, or
They'll
something like
pulse to one color or
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And you can tell when looking at it whether or not it's flying away from you or toward you, depending
Yeah.
on what.
that. And they always use this move, kind of.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know what to make of it. I mean, I would have liked to have seen some acrobatics by the lights.
Yeah.
Some kind of movement, because it looks like, okay, I'm willing to accept that they're coming from some source, right? Wherever these lights come from. But I also, they're sort of just hanging out and not doing anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're flares, but are they craft? Are they, I don't think they're,
Yeah, there's no way identifying.
yeah, it's too...
But they did shift, right? Because they were kind of like parallel.
Yeah,
Originally they were like
right,
that.
yeah.
like that.
And then they lengthened out, right?
They
Sequenced
moved,
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, see, and
They are
you can
shifting.
see, yeah, they are shifting. Like,
And
before
that
that,
could be
remember I
like-
said those
that
were
could be
the
a triangular shape right there.
those were the three that initially looked like Orion's belt, and then
That's right, yeah, they do.
and now they're kind of in a different shape. They're off the flight path, if you will.
Interesting. Well,
Fascinating. Trini, what are your thoughts?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's hard to
Yeah, it's kind of
really
hard
get a
to.
gauge one way or the other. It's sort of not.
Well-
It's almost, you know what it is. It's not unimpressive, but it's also not impressive enough to make me start thinking.
Yeah.
It's sort of
Okay.
somewhere in the middle. It's
Well,
vanilla. It's mild.
The one thing that makes it out of the ordinary is that if it was if it was regular craft, like airborne craft, like U.S., like fucking human shit.
Right.
It would be it would show parallel lights. It would be moving probably in some sort of
That's
direction.
correct. That's correct.
And then it'd be fading off somewhere, right, at a normal pace or some sort of speed. But these just hover, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what makes them questionable, right?
Yeah.
That makes them questionable, right? That's why the whole video was kind of taken.
You know what? I mean, if this were, something going on, if it were something going on, then
Something
going on,
extraterrestrial.
what is going on is maybe they're fucking checking something out specifically as a group. Like, hey, look over here. Oh
Look at these
shit!
fucking
Holy
idiots,
fuck! Look at these fucking dumbasses.
Meaning if there were aliens on
Yeah,
board this
exactly,
craft, that's the kind of thing
You
we
know
would be
what?
thinking.
Exactly.
From their own ships, they're looking at the ground. It's all black, and you see those little lights. Look at those little fucking lights, man. Yeah, they're moving across the floor.
Yeah.
Look at this
Crazy.
jackass taping us. Stupid fuck.
Stupid idiot.
He
What a
keeps
fucking
talking to the
dumbass.
viewer like the viewer's there.
Hey, Melzar, get the probe. Fuck this guy.
We gotta experiment with it.
Yeah. I
Interesting.
don't know. I'm not seeing. I don't know what it is, but I also haven't seen enough to think. Okay, that's something worth.
It's like a constellation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a day. It could have. I mean, if in other words, if I saw this, and at night at my home, looked up and saw this, and then the next day, the Air Force or some nearby military base or something said, yeah, we were doing exercises, I would think, oh yeah, no, sure. Not another thought.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, case closed for me. It's not. It doesn't warrant a second.
You know, it's funny whenever there's like some sort of emergency or something on the freeways or some fire, some sort of emergency happens in the area.
Right.
I can hear the copters before. You guys have seen the copters like a news crew, right?
Right.
The helicopters.
News helicopter.
Yeah, they hover into a certain formation. Hovering over wherever they're filming, right?
Right.
And you can hear their buzzing, the craft engines, before I even know to look up. I already hear them. When I hear the pattern, like the choppers
Yeah.
in like formation or whatever it is, I know it's already something fucking happened. There's some sort of fire or some sort of, guy with a fucking gun or some shit. So I know that whatever's up there is a result of that sound that I'm hearing, right?
Right.
But if these are silent and shit, fuck, dude, that'd be kind of trippy.
I think that's what's going on. Maybe they're just too far away. Maybe it is choppers, but they're just too far away. At the same time, I mean, what are all those choppers doing there at the same time? If they're searching for something, they would have had the lights down, flashing onto the earth. So I don't know. Maybe it is some sort of fucking military training exercise.
Yeah.
That the military doesn't want anybody to know, and nothing was disclosed. But then again, fuck.
Oh well. Oh well.
But then again, no, okay. Well, look, gun to my head, J or nay. I'd have to say nay, but it's almost a neither. It's almost a zero, a nothing. It's almost so in the middle as to. I almost feel like if I went outside and saw it, I'd just kind of be like, oh, that's interesting, and then I wouldn't take another look.
Okay.
So not enough for me to be.
Of course, that's what they want you to think.
Is that possible? I mean, I know.
Oh yeah.
I know. Jay has a theory whereby if aliens want, what is it, Jay, that you always say that there's something about how they don't want to be seen or they want to be seen? Or,
Yeah. I mean, okay. If they don't want to be seen, then they're going to show themselves to people that are less credible.
Oh, okay. The country bumpkin theory.
Yeah, and no offense to those people ever. I don't mean any
Fuck
offense.
those people.
But
Stupid.
nobody's gonna fucking believe them if they say, yeah, fucking, I got abducted and then they touched my penis. Like, what the fuck? Nobody's gonna fucking nobody's gonna believe that.
We've been talking
They're
to my
like, you know
uncle.
what?
That's a Tuesday.
Everybody touches his penis.
Yeah.
That's a Tuesday.
But then again, there are reports of like legitimate people from ex-military people or officers
Yeah.
that have reported things. So you know, it's kind of crazy. If they show themselves to those people, then I mean, maybe there's something to
I've
it.
I've always pondered the idea of like, what's the point of credibility, right?
Okay.
Like, right, the country bumpkin dude, right?
Point?
The point of credibility, meaning like, what's that barrier?
Right.
Like, for example,
The point at which something becomes credible versus not credible.
correct. So,
You're not even drunk.
I know, I'm not even drinking on this.
That's what's going on.
The fucking third-hand smoke is amazing.
So credible versus not credible.
So the country bumpkin theory, right?
Okay.
Right. Everybody dismisses it, whatever. But when you talk about military paperwork, right? There's documents on this shit.
Right.
And there's astronauts, and I mean these are pretty legit people, I guess.
Yeah.
Astronauts. You have
Pilots.
politicians from the Phoenix Lights. The governor, I think, went on after he finished his. I think it was the governor. When he finished his term, and
Kill the white man.
yeah,
not the
and
government.
he
Because
finally.
the white man is the government.
Yeah. So when he finally finished his term, he came out and said, "Yeah, this shit was. I was in the military. I was in the Air Force. I was high ranking, whatever." He goes, "What I saw that night was not fucking terrestrial shit."
Right, and it was, I believe, and this is interesting, I believe it was the guy who originally said it was swamp gas or something like
Yeah,
that.
they were mocking it. They
Right.
when they were on the news, they had some guy actually come out in a puppet, like a big alien suit.
I heard about
and they're
that.
just like, they're just like making fun of it, right? But those same guys, they just wanted to downplay it because it was such a witnessed scene. Because this thing was cruising down the entire interstate of the entire state, so
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of people must have seen it.
Right, and this is the area at which I do become a little bit more open-minded because of my experience with this, with my friend of mine, a close friend being taken on board a ship, as he tells the story, and I, it makes me feel weird every time I say this, but I believe him. And so there is a part of me that wants to think, that wants to believe like Fox Mulder wants to believe almost.
Okay.
But this is it. Listen, all that bullshit we usually do, I don't know about any of that crap.
So what's the point of credibility, right? So you have these politicians, these military officials, then you have the country guys on them, and then you have your friends,
And the
right?
boomers, yeah.
So
Or my friend.
what's the point where you say, okay, when you see it with your own eyes, and you feel it with your own eyes, and that's only becomes.
I think that's exactly what Martinelli's type is. It's like, I have to see it.
Yeah.
Or else
Well,
it's not gonna. It
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
exist. Fuck that bullshit. I have to see it. If it's real, then it's gonna present itself to me.
Yeah, but I will say this much. You're absolutely right. But at the same time, it didn't happen to me, but it did happen to someone close enough to me to where I believed it, man. It really, when he spilled the beans about this, my buddy and I, when we were drinking, shocking.
Water.
How dare you? Throw me over crap.
How dare you?
That crap does. I'm not putting that crap in my body. It really it's a secondhand account, but it is a secondhand account by someone I find very credible. So maybe that's where the demarcation of credibility is for me.
distance?
No, it didn't happen to me, but if Trini came in here, Trini Lomeli.
Yep.
Say hi, Trini.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi there.
Just so the listeners remember that you're actually in the studio. If he came to me one day and said, "Hey man, listen, something happened to me last night and I saw beings and yada yada yada," I'm open to believing that.
Why?
Because I don't think you'd fill me full of shit.
Oh.
I like to think I've known you long enough to where it really comes down to this. What would be the motivation of the quote-unquote abductee to lie? Especially to a friend.
Okay.
I mean, it'd be one thing if you were hounding, the Discovery or History, or whoever the fuck is doing all this alien crap these days, for a reality show.
Yeah.
Then I can see guy full of shit, but profit at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah.
I get that. Why not? I mean, it's a bit whorish for my taste, but what I'm saying is I would understand it. Whereas, if you, if we were at your workshop, your Good Geeks workshop, all your techniques, goodgeeks.com. Good Geeks, that's goodgeeks with a Z.com. If we were in your workshop and you, got me in a corner and said, "Hey, listen, dude, this thing happened," there were zero motive, right? Other than
That's true.
trying
Valid
to get
point.
me to
Valid point.
believe it. And I think because of that, 1 degree removed is where I wouldn't be 100%. I couldn't believe you or anyone 100%
Yeah.
because I didn't see it, as
Yeah,
Jay
yeah.
said. But it moves the needle in the direction of credibility for me. If it's 1 degree removed, if it's
Like,
you know,
maybe there's something to it.
Yeah, yeah.
right, it would at least get me thinking for sure. Unlike
Right.
this video. But it would definitely, it wouldn't work where, hey, a friend of a, at that point, I don't care.
Yeah, so it's basically the contact, right? The
Yeah.
social
Yeah.
distance.
If it didn't happen to me, well, first degrees obviously,
Yeah.
you know, happen to you. But if it didn't happen to me, it would have to happen to someone who I implicitly
What if
trusted
it,
before.
what if it
Right.
even happened to you? You can even doubt yourself that shit happened.
Yes,
Well, you would.
So
absolutely.
it's almost even better if someone else told you the story, right? To a certain degree.
No.
No,
Almost.
because no,
because you
no,
try to
not
think
even-
of everything
Yeah.
rational of what could
Exactly.
explain this.
Right.
Yeah.
Like my one encounter with which if you guys look back at the show we did with Connected Dots, they are convinced, and maybe others in the room are convinced too, if you are, pipe up, that my sleep paralysis experience was paranormal. I am not. To this day, I am not.
Okay.
I refuse to accept such a thing.
Lomeli, you had a
Yeah,
sleep
no, I've had a
paralysis.
couple of those.
Have you really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. I've seen the last one I had was in my house. I was there in the bed with the door open to the hallway, and I told you guys that I saw
Yeah.
I saw
That's
not
right, I
a
remember
shadow, but a figure in white.
Okay.
And I woke up, saw it, looked at it, flipped it off, and then put my head in the covers.
Yeah. Like
But
a
okay,
real
so
man.
See, why?
But then I woke up in the morning, I'm like, that shit was fake.
So what? Then why would you think to flip it off?
I don't know. It was just like my first reaction was like,
And also,
Okay.
if I remember correctly, you actually texted me the day after this
Yeah.
happened. You
Yeah.
sent me a text saying, "Hey man, I saw this figure. It was
I
a
flipped
woman."
that motherfucker
No,
off.
you were saying it was a woman in white, right?
yeah,
And I remember he said he used the same defense I used against my sleep paralysis, which is, for me, I was laying there and I could hear it was a voice itself.
Oh,
It was
wow.
this supposed demonic creature.
Heavy
And-
smoker, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, were you sneaking in there?
I like it when it happens. No, it was you know, supposed demonic force. And but the first thought that went through my head was, this isn't real.
yeah,
It can't be.
Yeah, yeah.
It cannot, because this is not the way the world works.
yeah, yeah.
And I just went, and once I was assured in the fact that this is not the way the world works, physically, I went back to sleep. I just went, this isn't real.
Well,
Screw
that's the
this."
thing
And-
about-
and I think, no, hold on, it's when Lomeli texted me, when Trini Lomeli texted me, I remember you saying you used that same defense.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like, this shit isn't real. I'm just seeing something. My eyes aren't focusing yet because I wear glasses. I was
Right.
like, it looks like it's a white shadow on the door. All right, I'm going to flip it off and go back to bed. And that's what I did. But I mean,
Be careful.
yeah, I've had another instance where I was awakened to the feeling of somebody pulling the covers off the bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and what did you think that was? How do you attribute, like, what rationale did you use to explain that?
My
I don't
uncle
know.
was a bastard too.
I know, right?
Stop it.
No, I don't know. I woke up and I started
But he
praying.
didn't. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
God,
So,
he's gonna waste
would you attribute that to some sort of demonic force? Something
How
evil?
about angelic?
Well, because he started praying.
Well, I started praying because
How
maybe it
about-
was a natural reaction.
How about familial, dude?
You know?
Okay, but
about the
it's a
neighbor?
natural reaction, but something has to
Yeah.
lead you to decide.
Yeah, I don't know,
okay,
man.
I'm gonna
It was
pray.
just one of those things where I woke up, it was happening, and I couldn't move. My body was
Okay.
stuck,
Uh-huh.
and I was just like, all right, I'm thinking, I can't talk or say anything, but I'm gonna start praying.
No,
and that
and
was
it's
it.
interesting. I remember, those of you who want to look back into the JAGradio.com archives, there was a bonus episode that we did where I don't know, it was an only audio episode, but that was the first time we heard that story. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah,
And I remember it was, the way you described it was, I started praying hard.
yeah.
And I remember asking, what the fuck does that even mean? But I would imagine then that was because there was a sense of fear, right?
Yeah, I mean, I woke up, I can't move, there's something pulling on my covers,
Right.
you know, and yeah, I like I said before, I don't believe in ghosts, but and maybe some people understand what I'm talking about, I do believe in spirits, if that makes sense.
I've heard people say that.
Yeah,
Mostly
Yeah.
chicks.
and shut up, shut your ass. And so, yeah, no.
Hot chicks are weird.
So that was one time. I've had other instances where I feel like I'm being watched while I'm at home by myself.
Okay.
Like there's something.
You should turn off those webcams.
I know, right?
What does it say about people in general? Like, if they're so ingrained in the way they think the world works, that even if something like this smacks them in the face, they're gonna try to rationalize it, and they're still not.
We don't want to believe that there's some weird
and also,
alien shit.
No,
out
and
there. You know.
I know the way the world works. And
Oh,
this
sorry.
crap doesn't exist in it.
Oh.
It doesn't. No, I know it doesn't. That crap can't. It simply cannot exist. It can't be real. It can't be. It's your brain acting real.
Okay.
Now, and I know that what you were going for, meaning what does it say about people that it can't? I mean, people can call it closed-minded or what have you, but no, I know the way the fucking world works, and that doesn't make sense.
Okay.
In the world I live in.
I have a feeling that if one day Martinelli's like fucking hanging out somewhere in the forest, and then
taking some LSD,
Crouching around at midnight,
and then
picking up
all of a
cones.
sudden a fucking
Skipping through the days is completely new.
some, and then all of a sudden some fucking spaceship comes down and abducts Martinelli. He's gonna be like, no, it was a dream. And
no,
that's how he's gonna
he
fucking
wouldn't have.
it was all
He
a
wouldn't have
dream.
been in
My
his
ass
ship.
hurts,
Though.
but it was a dream.
You know, I'm not constipated anymore.
No, he wouldn't have even got to the ship. He would have been like, no. What are you doing here? This isn't happening. I've got I've got shit to do. You know.
Listen, how long is this gonna take, you guys? Because I got stuff I gotta get.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Like,
got pine cones to collect.
Quiet human. You know what, dude?
is
You're
there any
not fucking
food?
real.
Is there any food
Back
on
the
board?
fuck
Because I'm
up.
kind of hungry, man. My head hurts
Starbucks.
me. Yeah.
Listen,
Starbucks on board?
otherworldly people, you got smokes? Or you got booze in there?
You guys have any space coke? What's going on?
All right. That was a vague reference to where these guys work. Switching gears, can we switch gears, Jay?
Yeah, go
Sorry,
ahead.
Jay. No, actually, you know what? What do you call it? No, hold on a second. George, you had some. You were talking. Okay,
Yeah.
if we're before we switch gears,
Yeah.
if we're going to continue talking about otherworldly incidents, evidently, right? This crap, and this is interesting. This crap has been happening. These abduction scenarios or abduction cases have been people have been evidently reporting them for quite a long time.
Yeah.
George, you have something to
Yeah,
say.
you know, it's funny because we had actually a show not too long ago that we were talking about why is everything a fucking disc, right? Why is everything like a saucer?
That is a
for
good
God's
question,
sake, right?
yeah.
But it's funny because I was reading this one book and it's kind of interesting. They were bringing up a bunch of images and like Drake, show one of the saucer pics, man. Just go up.
Go up.
I
That one
was
right
really
there.
watching the video feed with
Like say for example, these things here,
the,
right?
Right.
You know,
It looks like the saucer on Fox Mulder's I Want to Believe poster.
actually, I think that's been shown a few times on television shows, like the
Really?
X-Files.
Oh, shit.
But the
Okay.
whole point is, these pictures were taken in the 50s and the 40s.
Okay.
Right? So
Right.
there's no Photoshop back then. There's really
That's
like
true.
no computers back then.
Okay, you know what? I mean, I believe aliens exist, but...
Do you really?
Yeah, well, shut up.
No. I really no, because that's the first time I've ever heard you
Illegal?
say
No,
that.
I
I've
do.
ever heard illegal.
I do. The universe is too large in order for us to be
The only one?
Oh, I see. Okay, see, that's
Other
where-
beings,
That's
okay.
where
Other
I-
beings.
yeah, because I'm open to that possibility too.
Right.
It's the fact that
It's a
we've
numbers
had
game.
contact that makes me feel weird.
Okay. Well, the thing is, okay.
No, but I agree with you. I think if we're talking in terms of evolution,
Right.
by sheer size, the sheer size of the universe, at some point, somewhere, some other microorganism had to have developed.
Yeah, quite
At
possibly.
some time.
And at some point, maybe this is what's going on. Maybe. Back in the day, even in Egyptian times, there were hieroglyphics that showed, flying saucers and whatnot. And
Actually, I have a little clip on that.
yeah, exactly.
Sure.
So it's been going on for thousands of years. The thing is
What's Jay talking about?
What is
that
right there.
maybe what's going on
That
is
one, yeah.
they were around in those times. And then that species died.
Check it out.
It
check
was extinct.
check the monitor. This is a Mayan shit, man. This is like 15,000
For
years ago.
those of you listening to the audio feed, it looks like a rock carved with several what look like cartoon flying spaceships.
Yeah, this is a depiction of what the Mayans saw when they had arrivals, right? Mayans were, you know, Mayans were one of the civilizations that actually had pyramids along with the pictures and stuff like that.
Right.
And they were known for their astrological calendars. They were like so super accurate, right? To the point where you know, everybody thought that the fucking world was gonna, you know, demise in 2012, right?
Well, stupid people thought that.
So, but they had these carvings that they had brought in. I guess in Marco, I obviously found them in the museum, but they depicted the actual space being inside their cockpit. And you can see the most north point.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you think you could enlarge that?
Is that possible?
Yes,
yeah, that
yes,
would be actually
Yeah.
beneficial. Is that possible?
Enlarge
They
that
can enlarge
picture. Yeah.
anything, man. It's great.
On the bottom right there.
Keep going, George.
Less.
Yeah. So at the apex of, all right,
No, it's good.
the 12 o'clock position of that little
There it goes.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
good enough.
bring it bring
Undo
the
what
image-
you just did. Yeah.
bring down the image.
There we
Just keep
go.
going,
there.
Shake
George.
it, shake
Keep
it,
going,
shake
George.
it.
Keep going, George.
So basically, if you take a look at this, he has a little. You see the top 12 o'clock position. There's a little beam there in the
Oh my
cockpit,
God!
Oh, wow.
and then it's hyper. You know, it's like blown out from that one symbol
Oh, wow.
underneath, which is also a
What
saucer.
the
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't. I refuse to accept.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Somebody made this up.
This is thousands of
This
years
is
old.
15,000
How-
years old.
Yeah,
Really?
How
Yeah.
can?
So they also show
I
the
don't believe it.
saucer flying through the rings. I guess. of
Why
maybe
is he
some
wearing
sort
a hoodie?
It's a suit. I
It's a
guess.
pharaoh
It's an
thing.
element hoodie.
They started fashion back then, man.
A
God damn
hoodie.
it.
He's an emo man.
Yeah. He's sad, man.
Yeah. So they show like some
He's gotta
sort
get
of
away from it all, man. He's coming to Earth. Talk to the Egyptians, bro.
yeah. So they show like planets and the travels of the saucer. So
Okay.
it's kind of fascinating. This is 15,000 years ago. So there is a commonality to these discs, right?
Right.
Because obviously, you know, in the 50s and the 40s, where they used to have grain film, like, you know, old school 55
Right.
millimeter,
Right.
and they actually took these things while flying, you know, midair, right? And so there's a history, right? All to the Egyptians
Yeah.
I don't
it's
know,
a
man.
saucer. It's a
I don't
saucer.
know.
And for some reason, a saucer is the thing.
I feel
right?
like a comic book artist could have drawn this.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Or a child.
But these are
These
pictures.
How old is
man.
this?
These are pictures of
No, but
ancient
it
stones.
looks like a Calvin and Hobbes got abducted by aliens
Show the other.
episode.
Show the one underneath. Right. Yeah, that one right there. Check this out.
Okay, this looks primitive as shit.
Yeah, that's
I'm
super.
gonna-
That looks primitive?
Yes.
It looks like fucking dots and a weird.
Those are cigarette butts.
I
Man.
know.
I don't know what you're talking about. But then there's another saucer right there.
Looks like a sideways nipple and a bunch of dots.
It looks like a sombrero.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
a penis with a tumor on it.
No, it looks like a nipple with a bunch of pimples around
There
it.
you go.
It looks like a hanger with beads hanging off.
Yeah, there you go. Damn.
Anal beads. Oh my god.
But this is pretty old. How
I
old?
love how no matter what happens on this show, it
It's
always
always
somehow goes
sexual,
back to the
yeah.
human anus.
Kind of trash are you guys
Doesn't
making?
it always?
Yeah. Well, keep on. There's a couple of
My
more.
mom's
a
watching
couple
this,
more
damn it.
shots.
Oh,
like
yes.
this one right here. Yeah. This one here is
this
blow it
is-
up a little bit. It's a cave painting from Italy, right? They found I don't know how 10,000 BC, I guess. Apparently.
Wearing spacesuits?
Some sort of suit thing going on.
The belly's shaking.
Like
It's
Jesus.
oh my, he goes, those are taggers from the fucking streets.
Yeah, this was done yesterday.
That's Jesus.
But fascinating enough.
I should have went to
there's-
coast to coast, damn it.
Yeah. He's like, yeah,
Shout out George
George
Norrie.
Norton invited me tonight.
You're gonna
I
trash whatever they
declined
bring anyway, too.
But
Boy,
there's
George Norrie, why are you yelling at this lunatic you have on your show? You're a fucking idiot. Stop being nice, damn it.
But there's a history of it, right? So it's throughout, you know, any type of like carving, dating back, whatever. There's an oval, which is a saucer or some sort of space being involved.
I would argue why hasn't the technology shifted away from the flying saucer in like 5,000 years?
Well, maybe because that's the
Still running
best
XP.
type of fucking technology that works best for them. I mean, we don't know.
It just caps itself there.
Yeah,
Well,
they
5,000.
they hit yeah they hit the
years.
maximum.
This is as good as it gets, guys. Fuck. You can't improve on this.
Y2K, man.
Surprise.
Do you think they have unveilings of their ships the way we have unveilings of
I
our
hope
Oh,
that
maybe.
if this were true, I hope there's like keynotes and like different presentations. Like maybe there's an Apple of UFOs and shit, and they have like the next
Like,
best
and now
Tesla
the
coming out.
unveiling of the new space rocket. Model XYP.
Yeah, that
But
doesn't
that's
look like
enough, though,
spacesuits.
man. Very fascinating shit. So this is there's a lot of history to this stuff. So
And see,
go ahead, man.
no, what I noticed is, well, this is, look, it says 10,000 BC, okay, and even with
That's 10,000 miles back.
well, what I noticed is with your two types of personality, Martinelli and Lomeli, you're quick to say no, this is fake.
Yeah.
No, but that's because
no
it
matter
looks
how.
fake.
Well, yeah, but this is old, dude. This is 10,000 years.
So my grandma's old. I mean, what the hell?
Your grandma's like
I don't believe in
a
your grandma.
baby. Yeah, I don't believe in your grandma.
Oh,
I have to see your
So,
grandma to believe in
essentially, what you guys are doing is going against history, in a sense.
Going against science?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
No, but nothing.
If you can blow this one out, check this one. This one shows actually people being beamed up.
Oh hell
The one on
no.
the right, check it out. Check it out. The one on the right at the upper position, maybe the 12 knot position. It's an oval, and there's someone encapsulated in some sort of I don't know.
It's like a break dancer move.
Yeah. What the hell
A
is it?
butt
Break,
what?
break dancing.
See, this is what I'm saying.
Just
It's-
for the record, say break dancing, not butt nothing.
Oh, God.
For once.
The
We
first
hear what we
time,
wanna hear,
right?
damn it.
First time.
For God's sake.
This is what we hear, and this is what we want.
But that one actually shows an abduction, according to what we always assume. A beam comes
So-
down from a ship and pulls them up.
Where does
Let
where
me
does
give
it
you a
show that?
scenario. Let me give you a scenario. You guys fucking are archaeologists one day, for some reason.
I am.
And then you, okay, and then you go into a room that hasn't been tampered for in thousands of years.
Yeah.
And you see something like this.
He said, "This is
What are you
made
going
in
to say?
China."
What I say?
Yeah, what are you going to
They
say?
have a damn good printer here somewhere. This is to do with Photoshop. That's what I'm gonna say.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
Where's your web designer? Where's your graphic designer at? This guy made this.
10,000-year-old printer.
Exactly.
No,
I would probably say, hey George, where you at?
Alright, dude, I got that in China, dude. It's fine, I got that.
yeah, I would feel. I mean, I don't know. I
It's
would.
trippy, right? It's incredible.
Okay,
It's
something to
incredible.
think
For
about.
me, if I found it, Jesus, maybe I would. I don't have a good enough imagination for this to work because my brain just keeps going bullshit, 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 bullshit. I don't know. I would immediately. I would probably have the instinct I'm having now, which is this some jackass carved this and put it here. I would
Okay.
think somehow or other.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And maybe I might give up on my excavation because obviously someone's been here. And fucked it up.
I'd put a rock around that hole and not let anybody go in there again.
Why is
Yeah,
that?
dude, why is
Why is
that?
that?
Huh?
Yeah.
Because
Why?
it's fake.
You sound like the man.
It's fake.
Yeah.
Hey,
I am the
don't
man,
hide
man.
the truth from us, man.
I hate you,
We
man.
need to like find the truth, man.
No, I don't know. It's just hard for me to believe this stuff. You know. I
Oh,
mean,
right.
Yeah.
Is this?
Well, yeah, I think
have we
we-
come to the end of the slide.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Right.
It's finished.
Sounds good to me. Dre, do we have a break lined up?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Oh, yeah.
Take a quick break. We will be right back. Oh, good job.
Yeah, that was a good lot of UFO junk in there.
Yeah.
A lot of JRNA.
Man, I'm already. Oh, I just why I took my drink.
Oh, you blitzed or what?
I'm like, why do I?
That was a long stretch of classic Jag. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was like 30
When we get to cut loose, this is what
That
happens.
was double jag right there.
So the Jag, that was too much Jag for me to take
You know
down
what
my.
we gotta do? We gotta set up electrodes to that, spin the shit, have some magnets in there, and charge your phone with that
Oh, that'd be nice.
shit. It'd be like one of those generators.
Yeah. But you'd have to do
You can
wireless
charge your
though.
phone.
No, you could, it'd come out of here. I like that. That's an idea.
That's technically that'll work.
That's an idea. Dre's looking at it like, yeah,
Ready to get out
yeah.
of it.
bought some dope ones that have lights on them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I haven't seen those anywhere yet, so I can't wait till they get here because I want to be the first on the scene. Fuck these kids. I want to be at the. I want to be at the 7-Eleven.
Fuck you, little 10-year-old.
I want to be at the 7-Eleven and see a kid playing with his fidget, and then they'll be like the metals and the plastic, and you just bust out mine with the lights. You'll be like, God damn, I want to be like that. And then I even drop
That
it
old
like,
guy's
I
got
didn't
it.
drop it.
You use it like a yo-yo and shit.
Got your nose.
I got,
George,
I got a bunch of them. I'll make it
money
rain.
talk coming up.
I'll make it rain on these kids. I'll go to the skate park and be like, kids will be like, oh shit. The fucking, this old guy's
Chinga
cool.
su madre.
It'd be bananas.
Sorry, we got that.
You got about like another 2 minutes.
Good times, man. Good
Did you
times.
see Dre's thing, man? You cut out the light and put a like gift in the back.
Where?
See on the monitor?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Classic Jack, now look at that. They smile.
He's always stealing stuff,
I'm
man.
gonna start,
Look at that cute motherfucker right
It's
there.
actually Mulder. That's Mulder getting jacked. And Scully's over here on backwards.
Love that shit.
Yeah, I like to steal. I'm very, yeah, I'm very wallet.
Where we at next, man?
Money mix.
We got 20 minutes, brother. So 10 and 10.
It'll be fun. No, we
You guys wanna go to that party next week?
If your theory was
Saturday,
correct,
the airliner?
we could really skip opiates and just
I
finish
haven't
off
seen
the
that.
night.
It's true.
I'm gonna see if I can go,
I'm gonna
man.
need your help.
Because
You
we
got
got
thoughts
something
on
coming
All right.
it. You got thoughts on it.
on next Saturday.
I know you would. You guys wanna go to hip hop show next Saturday
We're at.
at the airliner?
Is that the one in? Is that Long Beach or Lakewood or? Sounds familiar.
Los Angeles on
LA?
Broadway.
Huh?
Cigar. Hello?
Who's doing? Who's there? You?
Gonna be a, yeah, I'm gonna be there podcasting.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Pajama band.
I know this, but then
Pajamas, huh?
Can you take somebody?
they forget what it was like.
Oh, you giving passes?
You wanna go?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
You want another one? Take somebody else? I know you don't have one day, so I'll just give you one. It's fucked up.
But I'm so hungry.
Yeah, you guys made that run last, dude. I didn't think so. I heard it come back.
Welcome back to the JAG Radio Podcast. Thanks for hanging in. George and Trini Lomeli, man.
What's
You know,
going on?
I was listening to you. I was at you guys work together. By the way, you share a shop.
Where do we work at?
Goodgeeks.com.
Goodgeeks.com.
You know what? You got to slow that down, dude. I'm trying to write it down, bro.
It's www.goodgeeks, that's with a Z.com. Or you can reach us on our main line at 877-871-6231.
All right, you couple of words.
Yeah, you
So,
got a line.
That's
Jesus Christ.
877-871-6231.
Stop
I'm a
saying
genius.
877, 871. I'm tired of that. So later,
And I was at Good Geeks headquarters the other day, and a certain gentleman of the corpulent variety, who shall remain nameless, thanks to Trini Lomeli's warning me. Said something that I found fascinating, which I know George will find fascinating.
Hello.
That's right. Shut up, you fat fuck.
You have a phone call.
Oh, for God's
Oh, we have a
sake.
phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. Who's on the phone? Who's on the phone?
What up? What up? What up?
Good, man. How you doing?
Is that the amazing and only Ray Funk?
Ray Funk. Hey.
Nice.
I hope you don't crash and get abducted by aliens or anything. Because apparently that's been going on for 5,000 years, despite scientific evidence to the contrary.
15,000 years.
On the freeway.
Right. What's going on, brother? What's on your mind?
How's it going, man? What you up to? Where you going?
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Listen, in keeping with the JAG radio theme here, have you ever seen or experienced anything related to the unexplained? Give me your best one. Give me your very best one.
What's going on, man? What did you experience?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Classic Mexican style.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
bad vibes, man.
Okay.
Fun.
Whoa. Oh. What? Look. No. Oh. Okay. So the whispers were telling you to stay away from that place and keep walking. Is that correct?
And how
Wow.
old were you when this happened?
Okay. Damn, dude.
So you're walking along at 13 years old in Mexico, and the voices are telling you to keep going, and you find a guy on a bike, and then what happens? Mm-hmm.
What?
He was
Wait.
on his bike, but he was floating in the air.
Touching the ground. Oh
Wow.
shit. Okay.
And so what did he tell you, or what the hell happened?
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Hold on a second. Keep going. Just keep going, buddy. Speak from your heart.
Wait a minute. Dude, okay, so wait a minute. So this guy came up next to you and he's telling you, like, hey, you want to ride somewhere? Is that what?
On my
and you-
floating bike?
And this was an older gentleman, is that correct?
Oh my god. See, the fucked up thing is that's absolutely completely appropriate for this show that you say that. It's weird. It's a weird train we're on together. Go ahead, buddy. No. Was it Jared Fogle on a bike?
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Oh, so you took the ride? Oh shit! Hey, wait, so you knew this guy?
No, he didn't. He didn't know him at all.
Oh.
It was a stranger that had a friendly sense, right? You sensed that he was a friendly person and he wouldn't hurt you. Okay, and then so you got on. Now, you got on the floating apparatus? Was the bike floating as you were riding on it? He was blazing through the streets.
Oh shit!
All right. Hey, but Right. No, that's what this show's about. That's
Yeah.
what this show's about. Keep going. You do believe it exists. Right, much like our own Lomeli.
Yeah.
Just flip that ghost off. Fuck that ghost.
Flip it off, man.
Flip that shit
Flip
off.
your head under the fucking covers and just pray
Well,
hard.
Listen, thank you so much for calling in and sharing that story, man. We appreciate that. It sounds kind of perfect for our show, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly, man.
All right, Bub. Well, listen, you drive safe out there. You drive safe out there. Have a good night, all
Hey,
right?
All right,
take
brother.
care, man. Ray Funk, we love you. Activate LA. Check that shit out. All right,
right,
you
you too.
too, man. Take care.
All right. Well, that was fascinating.
That was fucking crazy, dude.
So what I took from it was he was too heavy and he broke the floating bike.
Yeah, no, that I thought was interesting. Is if I can float, why can't I float with my passenger on board?
He's heavy, man.
Oh, maybe it was floating, and then whatever was giving him a ride was like, nah, I don't want to freak this kid out. He's a little fucking kid at the time, right?
Or he could have just, listen, kids have overactive imaginations.
That's
You know,
true, too.
And it seemed like the situation was full of adrenaline for him. It
Right.
hyped him up a little bit.
Right.
Maybe he thought he saw a floating bike.
Right.
Although I will say this, assuming that it was not some sort of the ghost of some guy that was killed while riding his bike, and it was just a sort of friendly bystander, what he did right was he listened to his intuition.
Right.
He listened to there was a gut feeling that said, despite what I'm going through and what's in my head, if I picture myself in an empty room with only my feeling about this person, it is a positive feeling, and it's enough for me to trust a complete stranger insofar as getting on his bike with him.
What freaks me out is that the fact that the guy said, I haven't seen you in a long time. So what does that mean? It's a complete stranger. Was the guy stalking him, or was it some sort of fucking being that's just watching over him? Potentially.
Damn.
I hope so.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty deep, man.
Where was
Yeah.
Miles going on a bike when my crazy
His
parts of
guardian
my
angel
life?
right there on a
Yeah.
bike. Jesus Christ.
It is interesting to think about. I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you what I take from it. From my perspective, is it's good that he listened to his gut.
Yeah.
It's good that he, and we should do more of that just in life, I think. You know what I mean? I was having a conversation with Lomeli about this, who informed me that many of your decisions are made through.
Oh yeah,
your
totally.
gut, right?
Listen to my gut.
And
yeah.
it's right.
And you just have a feeling. You get this. It's just this. It's not logical. It's just this feeling,
This
and a sense, and this heavy feeling in the middle of your stomach, the pit of your stomach, and you gotta go with it.
Right, and
Yeah.
listen, all of you skeptics listening who think the way I think, ghosts or not, who gives a fuck? Take that from the story. Listen to your gut.
Oh, yeah.
Because this person, this 13-year-old kid, that was all he had in that moment, which was dangerous to him in his mind. And all he had was his own intuition to go off of in terms of who he could trust in that moment. And complete stranger rides up on the bike, and that intuition said, go with it, and it was
Yeah,
correct. It
yeah.
led him exactly, to where he needed to go.
Yeah.
I mean, where are you safer in life than a police station?
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Right. Have you guys ever had any instances where trusting your gut worked and or did not work? Let's go around the room for a second.
To be honest, I think your gut never fails, right? Am I right?
It's
It never
it's
fails.
hard to
I
explain,
don't
man.
think it
I
ever
mean,
fucked up on me.
no, you could fail on it
yeah,
and go
really?
against the grain and
That's
not
right.
listen to your gut, and then you're like, fuck,
I don't
I
know.
should have went with it. I knew it was there.
And
I
like
should have done
in
it.
hindsight,
Hindsight,
Now,
yeah.
listen, how many fucking times have I not listened to my intuition about women in my life
Ugh.
and just to fuck
And then you
myself
got a
over?
fever
Hey, but wait a minute. Think about it like this. How many times have you gone with your gut
And it worked out.
No, and it fucked you over.
Basically,
I've had that.
Really?
I've had that.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Talk about that.
Multiple
Your,
times.
your gut's broken, buddy, and it's a big
Yeah,
gut.
I
What'd you
know.
do?
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's
God
super
damn.
fucked. There's been multiple times where it's like, no, I can do this, and then I fail. But you know what? That doesn't deter me from keep on going. I have to fucking keep on going because just because I failed in this moment doesn't mean that I'm gonna fail all the time. But I have had a lot of instances where I've gone with my gut and it failed me.
Really?
Yeah,
But in hindsight, it was actually good for you, right?
yeah, it's a learning experience,
Yeah.
and that's what I think a lot of people need. You know, they need that sense of failure to understand that life isn't perfect, but it doesn't mean that you have to stop right then and there. You have to have the fucking drive to keep on going.
Here's a similar situation like Lomeli and I, right? So we're starting goodgeeks.com.
Yeah.
That's goodgeeks.com.
So, we're following our guts, man. This is fucking, any rational person see, fuck you guys, man, go get a fucking job. But we feel in our guts that we're going to change something, right?
Changing the world, brother.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I think any entrepreneur out there, the gut is the tool, man.
Yeah.
No,
And
and
in spite of all challenges out there.
And that's fascinating that you say that, because I have read interviews and such with CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, and evidently, man, I don't remember what the exact statistic was, but something they've openly said something like 70% of the decisions that they make are the decisions based in their gut. Just something felt right over the other thing.
It's taking a risk. It's just, you know it in your heart, you know it in your pit of your stomach, and you're just like, it might be the hardest route,
Right.
but it's the most direct. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And fuck, if I fall on my face, at least I did it.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
As I've said many goddamn times on this show, don't be afraid to take risks with your life. Because listen, those of you who listen to the show regularly will remember we had Poetic Smooth, my rapper friend who goes by Young Smooth these days.
Young
Who, I told him, listen, I said, listen, man,
Rebrand.
your
Stick
new
to
name
Poetic, bro.
your new name sounds like a child porn site or something. Young Smooth, yeah. Shout out to Young
Just add
Smooth.
boy to the
Young
end.
Smooth.
Yeah, shout out to Young Smooth. People find them on
Young
Bandcamp,
Smooth
find them
ass.
wherever. Young Smooth, Eric M. Lamar.
Just add boy to the end of that.
That's right. But whatever it is that you're trying to do, even if you fail, and look, music, the odds are against you. We were talking outside. People who want to be professional actors. Look, everybody out there, think about every TV show you've ever watched. You don't think any of those cast members, any of the male cast members wanted to be Brad Pitt?
Right.
That's everybody's aim. Tom Cruise, everybody's aim, except not insane, not Scientologists. Fuck you, Scientologists, by the way, suing everybody fucking things.
Yeah.
And there's so many people out there who it didn't work out for. But you know what? At least what you have at the end of your life is the knowledge that you didn't puss out. You went for it. You had the testicular fortitude to go after what felt right, what was your dream, whatever it may be. You pulled up your boots and said, I'm going into battle, and whatever happens, happens. And ladies and gentlemen, I call that a life worth living. Thank you all so much for joining us on another episode of JAG Radio. I will finish my story about the corporate gentleman on the next episode, so be sure to tune in and tell friends and family about this podcast. Jay, where can they find us?
They can find us on Facebook /JAG Radio and on Twitter @JAG Radio 1, as well as the new Super Audio Network channel on YouTube.
Damn, that was a mouthful, dude.
I know.
And they can find us on JAG Radio. All of Dre's amazing work is on our show, on our website, jagradio.com.
Oh yeah.
And for that same engineer, Dre De Alte, George Antonio, J.D. Marcel, and special guest host Trini Lomeli, I
Hey.
am Alex Martinelli, reminding all of you to never stop learning.
Good geeks. Good geeks.
Good geeks.
Sorry,
All right.
I didn't make it in at the end.
Ah,